Good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing? Guess we're about to get right into this. Go ahead, I guess we're going to go over the NewEgg Shuffle today for October 4th, 2021. I'm just going to go through the list right now, what I think. There's a lot of higher end stuff today. Not super high, but just harder to find, more expensive type stuff. Try to make it pretty easy today. Make this seamless. Give me a second. Okay. Sorry, I'm just setting something up. It's been a little bit, getting rusty. All right, here we go. So basically, just gonna go over today's NewEgg Shuffle, what I would put in, what I wouldn't, and basically just help you guys learn a little bit more about it if you haven't spent the time researching like I have. So here's the Asus ROG Strix, top of the line, or top of the sequence, which will be least expensive first all the way to most expensive. So I believe it's the only 3060 non-TI. It will be an LHR card. So it's like a 192-bit bus. It's going to do okay. Pretty decent at like 1080p for older games. Pretty decent for AAA titles. 1440p, it's going to be like your entry-level card. It'll turn frames. It's okay. It's not bad. It's $539, which is a decent price for a 3060. You know, you could probably get a 3060 Ti by EVGA for this price. Just below it, they have the same graphics card with a 650-watt Asus Tough Gaming semi-modular power supply. To be honest with you, for that power supply for $100, I think you could get better for probably like a 120 range. More wattage and completely modular for your build. Up next, we got the Asus Tough RCX 3070. It'll probably be an LHR card again because these are good for miners and they're trying to distray from doing that kind of stuff. So it's going to be the same power supply as above, but it's a 3070. So you are going to get 8 gigs of VRAM. It's the overclock edition here, but it's 256-bit bus, and this is going to be much better for 1440p than a 3060. Up next, we got the MSI 3070 Gaming Z Trio, and the Gaming Z Trio, I believe, is it's their best card, I think. I think that's MSI's like flagship card. Yeah, $800 for a 3070. That's a little high when it comes down to like MSRP. So chances are, yeah, that's the flagship. Down here they have the same thing, but with probably a 4 terabyte M2 drive. I mean, it's going to be a fast drive, but I don't know if you need 2 terabytes of that for that price at $349. Just below it, they've got the Gaming X Trio, which is one league below for MSI. I think it's like their second highest tier type card, but it's the TI. So you're going to have, instead of 8 gigs of GDDR6 VRAM, you're going to have 8 gigs of GDDR6X VRAM instead of the 6. So it's a little bit more, I think it turns a little bit more CUDA cores. Nothing crazy though. It's not like the jump from the 3080 to the 3080 Ti. Down below here we have a Asus ROG Strix 3080 10 gigabyte non-TI card, version 2, so it's LHR. And they're pairing it with a Z590 plus Wi-Fi ATX board. So this isn't a bad board. I'd say it's like a mid-tier at best. A good board. Maybe at that price, maybe the higher end of it regarding mid-tier for the 590 series. Motherboard for the Intel, so you're going to be able to put like your i9s 11900, 11900K, any of the 11th gen easily in here. I don't remember if this is the one that you have problems putting in 10th gen. I could be wrong. Anybody feel free in the comments to drop that below. As always, don't forget to subscribe if you're new here and you like the content and you want to get updates. I play a lot of Warzone on here. I play some Destiny too. Got some other videos regarding like graphics cards and computer tech stuff. I try to stay up to date with that. I've been a little bit busy the last couple of weeks. That's about it regarding what the channel's all about. Turn the notification bell on. That way you're going to find out when we got some new content dropping. And I try to stream gameplay on here a lot. I would say that's my main. There's also a couple openings on here for the new graphics cards. All right, so down below here we got the MSI RTX Z Trio 3080 with 2 sticks of RAM. I would say this is fairly comparable to that Asus ROG Strix. Asus ROG Strix 30 series are like the highly sought after new RTX 3000s. So what is this RAM all about? Okay, it's 3000, so no enthusiast wants these sticks. Maybe for a stream computer, but not for a gaming computer. 216.6, it's not really a terrible price right now in the market for 2 sticks of 16, and it's 16 cast latency, so it's not that bad. It's a little bit quicker. I don't know enough about this card, but I'll try to explain it. MSI now has an AOI, which will be a liquid cool card, but it's all in one. So you don't have to do any of the tubing. You don't have to do any of the install. You don't have to add the liquid, nothing like this. It's kind of like setting up an AIO cooler for a processor in your computer. So it's a non-liquid loop. It's I don't want to call it the beginner, but it's the Easy Man's liquid cooling solution. It's going to last. A lot of these things show that there's no leaking issues, so it's pretty sound. And they want $11.99 for it. So let's go look at this real quick. All right, so they want $11.19 for the Asus ROG Strix. They want $11.59 for the Z Trio, and they want $11.99 for this card. So for $40 more, it's liquid cool. But I bet you, like max load 4K, your temperatures will probably be considerably 20 to 30 degrees cooler for the PCB, the VRAM, the interface, everything on your actual graphics card. So let's just look at it right here. It's a 3080, so it's going to be 10 gigs. The boost clock goes to 1785, but it's going to be cooler. So they're saying boost clock 1785. Let's see what somebody says. See if anybody's got any real reviews on it. Okay, thanks. One. So 1785. Let's see what the Z Trio gets up to. 1830. So you're going to go up higher. So maybe this isn't like a top of the line card. It's more like a mid-level, but it's going to have that, so you don't have to worry about overheating. Yeah, this one's going to 1935. So just below that, they have what, in my opinion, is MSI's bottom series for like the 3080s and above, which is the MSI RTX 3080 Ti Ventus 3X. So this is a 3080 card. So you're going to get over 10,000 CUDA cores. This is really the equivalent. It's the same size at a 384-bit bus as a 3090 with half the VRAM. That's why it's cheaper than a 3090. But your gaming potential will be 99.5 to 99.9%. Some people are benchmarking and they're showing better than the 3090s. I think it's all relevant. You know, within a couple percentage points of performance, I would say you're in that same league. You're going to be way above a 3080 and closer to the 3090, as it should be for the price that the 3080 Ti's are showing. So which kind of RAM is it? Same RAM we saw before, nothing fantastic. I think it's just an opportunity to get a 3080 Ti. It's not one that I would venture after, but if you have to have one, it's not that bad. Here's one below it for $1749 without the RAM. See, look, 10,240 CUDA cores. That's like 1,500 more CUDA cores than a 3080. Plus, you're getting an extra 2 gigabytes of VRAM, which is going to help with the AAA titles, especially when you're trying to do like Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 or some of the new AAA titles that are coming out. You're going to see a 384-bit bus. These are much better at 4K, but these are only 2 times 8 pins, so you're not going to get the same amount of power as you will for a lot of 3080 Ti's. Why I would stay away from this specific card. So here we go. We got the down below. We got the MSI RTX 3080 Ti Gaming Trio. So this is up higher card. This is the X. This is not the Z. 99% sure. I mean, it might be the Z for that price. It's not really saying anything here, is it? No, of course it's not. All right, it's probably it might be the Z. If not, it's still not a bad card because it does take 3 individual 8-pin power supply connections, which means you're going to be able to push a lot more power through this card and render a lot more frames. I don't think that's a bad price for $1769 compared to buying their bottom level one for $1749. In my opinion, it's worth the $20 if you're wanting a 3080 Ti. Down below it, you got the Asus Tough. I would put this in the same class as this if it's the X Trio, but for another $130 more. Asus is really gouging with their prices, in my opinion. Here it is again with special Z590 Wi-Fi motherboard. I'm going to go ahead and say this is probably semi-comparable to that one that we saw up there, but it's white. If you want the Gundam, you know, cool, that's whatever you want. So they're showing two of them here. Oh, this is the Wi-Fi Gundam. This is the Wi-Fi. This is the same. They have two of the same bundles. That's the same bundle. Okay, this one's $299. What's this one? All right, so that's the same bundle. I don't understand why they have two in there. So that's the same thing. Below that, they have MSI does have a 3090 available today, and it's the Ventus 3X, like I was telling you before. I don't know if I would buy that, and definitely not at $2,100 or $2,200 that they want for this card. Yeah, $2,249. I'm willing to bet that if you go to Micro Center and you can get it at Micro Center or Best Buy, I bet you it's the same price as this, or even less, to get like the X Trio or the Z Trio, which is a much better card, much better components than this one from MSI. The Ventus, I don't know, it's not the one I would buy myself. Money may be a bit concerned for everybody, and if it is, that's great, but then don't buy this for a 3090. Go buy a higher tiered 3080 Ti or even a 3080 at half the price, if you can get one. This one's same thing as before. It's coming with that 2 terabyte overpriced SSD drive. If you like that, if you have that, that's awesome. I'm not knocking it. To me, that's just too much to run your games and such off of. You can buy 2 or 3 of those now and put them in your motherboard for less than this. So, and then they have kind of like the flagship 3090 that everybody's crazy about. That also costs $2,300 if you're lucky enough to win it. And it's the Asus ROG Strix 3090. The cooling's really good on this. It does a large power draw. As you can see by the clocks on this 3090, they are high, 1890, right? 200 and some more CUDA cores than a 3080 Ti. Twice the VRAM, which is really going to help you future-proof, or if you're picking this kind of thing up for, say, rendering 3D CAD, stuff like that, some kind of production value, and such. It's going to be the triple. It's a great card. I've never heard anybody really complain about this card other than the price compared to some of the competition. They want $22.49 for this one. They want $22.99 for this one. I mean, I know it's a $50 price difference. You're probably going to be able to use this and not have to use that specific SSD. Or maybe you know somebody that wants it that'll give you close to what you paid for it, and then you're looking at getting these for MSRP. If you had to pick one of these for $50, I would absolutely go with the Asus ROG Strix. It is the top-of-the-line Asus card instead of getting the bottom-of-the-barrel MSI 3090 card. I think it's kind of like self-explanatory there. If you ask me, that's what I would say. I got to try to wrap things up here. This old man's got to go to work today. I appreciate everybody coming in. Like I said, thanks for the support. We're getting closer to 1,000 subs right now. When we hit 1,000 subs, we are going to do a headset giveaway. I may turn it into an additional giveaway if we get a whole bunch of steam going into it from the community. So, like I said, go ahead and you can always check me out at Twitter. That's Ray_Neezy. You can check me out there. Feel free to like this video if you like it, if you want to see more content. Subscribe to the channel. Turn your notification bell on. Leave a comment. Ask questions. I'll get back to you if there's anything I can do. Tech-related, gaming-related. Monitors, peripherals, microphones, console, everything, processors. Just go ahead and reach out to me. I really appreciate it. I do respond to my message really quick. Thank you guys all for the time. I'm going to try to wrap this up now. Y'all take care and be safe.